Hello. Welcome to another preset. Oh my goodness. I've been trying to make this video for so long. The interruptions were insurmountable today. I'm hoping that I can get a one shot. Never going to happen. We'll see. So, what are we doing here? What is this madness? Oh no! Oh no! Ah, screw it. They'll be fine. Right, okay. I've done it again. I think I did this in the last save, the last video. I'm sure I did. Well, never mind. Welcome to the beginning. Right. Okay. So there is potentially a reason for us to be here, and that is to showcase one of the reasons this is so stark and different to a simple bog standard desaturated image. This is far superior in so many ways. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to dive ahead and get Taylor to do some talking.
Taylor, good morning.
Ripley, it's certainly not good. I very much doubt it's morning either. Sorry.
You're right. It's 22:08 in the evening. How did you know?
I don't know how you people put up with hypersleep regularly.
You get used
to it.
I don't do long haul very often. Most legal execs don't travel further than the coffee machine.
I'm surprised Weyland-Yutani felt the need to send legal at all.
Lots of money. It's important we find out what happened. If I can close the case with a conclusive accident report, it'll look great with my people.
It's okay. We'll both get what we want, right?
Right, okay, so
Have you seen
I am
Samuels?
here.
He's probably been up for hours.
I'll catch up with him.
I'll catch up. Right, okay. Okay, we are in here because I want to very quickly demonstrate one of the gameplay. There we go. Aspects of Isolation Noir. And that is the difference between this and desaturated image. If you look at this, now this does not apply to every single door, but if you reduce this to a simple desaturated image, okay, so it's not such a simple desaturated image, but a complex desaturated image, then you see the green light here is a little bright, but so is the red light. And when LUT is activated, LUT.fx here, wonderful little effect, then the red light doesn't really change all that much. Everything around it brightens up a little bit. But the green light dulls down, changes completely. It's a completely contrasting colour, completely contrasted shade of grey to the white that the red is. The white that the red is. I'm making a whole lot of sense here. So that gives you, from a gameplay perspective, an extra element to ascertain whether or not the door is locked or unlocked. Naturally, you have the fact that the light is blinking, the fact that it is on the left, but some of the red lights blink as well when they have a panel above them, but you do not have the associated appliance to unlock the door. I believe the light blinks. I could be wrong, but I know for sure that it does blink sometimes. So one way or another, you'll find blinking green lights, blinking red lights at the same time. And in those situations when you're power walking through Sevastopol Station, you need that contrast. So we'll quickly nip through here, switch the radio on for Taylor so that she's not sitting in silence staring at the table. You're welcome. And we will finally land in the yellow room. Welcome to the yellow room. Yellow box, yellow sticker, yellow switches, yellow suit. Wonderful. And there's also a little bit of red and blue contrasting image here. What am I on about? That's what I'm on about. There we go. Everything is yellow except for the red. So, how does this look desaturated? Because this is a coloring problem. You see that? You see that little line there? It's a very small detail, but you add luck to the mix and the line is noticeable. Take it away and not only is the line almost blending in, but the contrast between the two colours is much more minimal. Let's have a look at this little pat test sticker. It passed! Now it would pass. That's got Ripley's signature all over it. She's biased. Of course she wants the plane to fly. Plane to fly. Now look at that. The contrast between this pale shade of grey and this white is very minimal, but then it becomes much darker. Oh, wrong one. There, it's yellow. The contrast is quite deep. Not so if you have a desaturated image. I'm gesturing with my hands as if you can see what I'm doing. Now this is a lot more subtle. There's a reason for that, because I can make it more profound if I want to, but I don't want it to be a profound contrast. I just want it to be a subtle contrast between these three lights here so that you can see that there's a difference. I'll get to that reason later on, but you see that there is a difference between them. Gone. They're all the same. That from this angle does look a little different, but head on, they're practically identical. Then we go to the next stage. I'm going to go to the save that I plan to go to. We can have a quick look at the suits if you really want to. We've got the chest plates, the pauldrons. Take the LUT away, it looks hyper exposed. The reflection that you see here sort of blends in with the exposed image of the plating. With the addition of LUT, we have more definition. And I will get into that and all of the details that I've just gone through at the speed of light in a minute or 12. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Yes! What a relief. Thought I'd lost my save. I was wondering why I was at the start. So, this is where I was supposed to be at the beginning. Solomon's Galleria. Shopping Center! Yokoso! Solomon Galleria. Magnificent. Walking through here and seeing the fog makes me feel a little proud of what I've done. Not 100% satisfied, but I am happy enough to showcase it. But nonetheless, this is a nice little demonstration of the noir feel that I'm going for. When I say noir, I just mean, you know, black and white cinema, but not necessarily the likes of the noir thriller that you get, like Pale Flower, Third Man, He Came at Night, that sort of thing. I'm not going for that. Otearai. Ramen. Nor am I trying to replicate the aesthetic of, you know, Xavier Stood Still, or, you know, the thing from another world, it came from outer space, that sort of thing. It's its own. It's its own aesthetic. It's alien isolation noir. I kind of had my own vision of what it was supposed to look like, with a little inspiration from, admittedly, Frank Darabont's The Mist, because the work that was done on that, I felt applied to this, because while a lot of black and white films, historically, they utilized colored props and green makeup, green lipstick to represent red on the black and white celluloid, the black and white negative. The Mist was filmed in color and then made black and white in post. After, you know, the studio wanted it to be, you know, colour for the cinema. Darabont made sure that the black and white version was still made for you know, physical media, which was great. It worked. It still had a unique aesthetic which felt as though it was designed for black and white. And I have absolutely no doubt in my mind, I've got absolutely nothing to confirm this, that some of the choices that he made in terms of colorization were pre-planned for, well, this will make it easier for when we do make it black and white in post. So we don't have that advantage here. We have to work with what we have. So what I've done is I've utilized LUT, as I messed around with previously, and colorfulness. And if you hadn't already figured from what I previously explained, colorfulness is a simple desaturation of the image. That's all it is. Everything scaled back to monochrome, nothing else. What LUT does is it utilizes a texture called lut.png, which I edit in Photoshop to make monochromatic. The default is full color, using all of the predisposed. What's the sound of a save point? Is that around here? Predisposed colors. Oh, it's from upstairs, isn't it? From vanilla, but we're giving you the option to highlight them and undersaturate them accordingly. So with that, you have each color designated its own monochromatic shade, and that gives you that range that desaturated image doesn't have to offer. One of the elements that really brings this to light, or the opposite should I say, is when you're in the shadowy spots but it's not completely pitch black. It becomes pitch black when it's desaturated. And in contrast, you have the bright spots, which are then overexposed. So you have this working against you with desaturation. But then I hear you ask, why do you still have colorfulness activated? I'm glad you asked. Let's go for a run. Lovely view. Magic. Areas like this, again, back to that exposure level. Goes dark. There we are. Happy days. Sorted. Right. A little drawing. dramatic, heart-pounding music. Pulse pounding. I really hate that term. I saw it on a billboard one time, referring to a thriller novel, and I just thought, what's that even supposed to mean? Pulse pounding. Because pulse and pound as individual terms are synonymous with one another. So when you have pulse pounding, it's kind of like saying pulse pulsing or pound pounding. It's kind of a nonsensical terminology, really. Anyway, that aside, apologies. Magenta. Hot pink. Sworn nemesis to the all-powerful LUT. So I have this on a setting so that just like the yellow, it's subtly noted. Because if I were to remove LUT completely, there's a very stark difference. It's magnificent. The contrast is remarkable. But, as previously explained, we then lose all of the yellows, all of the browns, the blues and reds blend together like some kind of horrible soup, and naturally everything's under and overexposed simultaneously, so it doesn't track nicely. On the flip side, let's maximize LUT, see what happens. We get an inverse color image. So the color is inverted to the point that the graffiti appears lighter than the background that it's set upon, which we know not to be true because it's magenta on sky blue. Makes no sense. So what we need is the colourfulness to rein it in a little bit, but not so much that it damages the image on a whole. I think I was quite enjoying 66, 65, that'll do nicely. So you can still see, albeit to a subtle level, the smears just above the Sevastopol sign, and it's definitely darker than the panel that it's painted on. Similar vein, we have the looters will pay sign here, which is legible if you look. It's not wonderful, but I think in vanilla it's a terrible choice as it stands. There was not going to be a great solution for that. Everything else is aesthetic. It's all about making sure that the fog is doing the right thing. We've got a nice amount of film grain. The contrast is spot on, and that the bloom, and you will see if we just take away both of the black and white elements, the bloom is exceptional. Everything is really popping out. This is not how I would play it in colour at all, but it's necessitated by black and white. It looks just... It looks like another world, which it is. It's a space station above an entirely foreign planet, so it works. Get the spark of the ion torch, which is nice. That's good. Molotov looks good. Shoot the star. Where are you going, kiddo? And that is the alien in black and white. Oh no, I'm locked in. On that note, I bid you adieu. Thank you very much.